Cavante Turpin is going to be a game changer. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my channel. It is Mr. Cowboys fan. Of course, before we proceed into the video, leave a like and subscribe. It is I, Mr. Cowboys fan, where we talk about cowboy things. Alright, so I want to first of all, mention that I got a new thing that I want to start doing, a series thing that I want to do of late night talk, where basically, late at night, like I'm gonna every night, late at night, I'm gonna do like we're just gonna talk about some, cowboy related, topics and stuff. So I made one, of course, last night. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. I'll leave the link in the description below. But yeah, it's just a little thing that I want to do, just kind of like, you know, talk about some things, like, cowboy topics and, you know, stuff like that, and not instead of just talking about one particular topic and just talk about, whatever topics that seem interesting that I want to talk about. And of course, you guys just, of course, say your thoughts on it. You know, I would love to do like a live stream of that late night talk, but I'm not I'm not like there yet. Like my YouTube algorithm, I'm not verified, enough to be able to do live streams quite yet. So, but of course, as long as you leave hit that subscribe button, leave a like, then eventually we might be able to make the come up. But either way, I'm chatting too much, but yeah, let's talk about Cavante Turpin, because obviously we know about the rule change, that was made this off season. I saw it on some cowboy content creators when they were talking about it, when it first came up. And I just never knew the right time that I personally wanted to talk about it myself, but I want to talk about it now. Um, so the Dallas Cowboys, which I will talk about this later tonight, have of course, you know, brought in a few UFL players for workouts. And I'm going to talk about those said players. We'll talk about that later on tonight, so stay tuned. Um, but obviously we know Cavante Turpin is another one of those UFL players, because we do this every year. He was one of those UFL players, USFL players, however, that we got back in, of course, 2022 when he was the MVP of the USFL. He played wide receiver slash kick and punt returner, which is basically what he does now in the NFL. And I think he's on the come up, like basically doing exactly what he did in the USFL, mainly playing kickoff and punt returner and playing a little bit of wide receiver and being able to give us some explosive plays, which he has done on display. But I wanted to talk about, speaking of kickoff return, I wanted to talk about the idea of the new kickoff return rule, where the players can't go until the returner has, until the returner has caught the ball, they can't go. So And not only can they not go until the returner has caught the ball, but the ball can only stay within the I want to say 20-yard area, or it it basically cannot go out of the end zone. And we already know that it's a cardinal sin to kick it out of bounds. Just ask John Casey, former kicker of the Carolina Panthers in that one Super Bowl a while back. But yeah, we know that's a cardinal sin. But touchbacks are basically no longer a thing. Touchbacks do not exist, ladies and gentlemen. Do you know how much that excites me? Do you know how much that excites me? Touchbacks do not exist no more. All right. You automatically have to return the kick. And this is going to make it more exciting for kickoff returns to see what happens, because there hasn't been very many. The kickoff return rate has gone down a good 20 to 25% nationwide. So I just made that up. But either way, this is going to set the stage for Cavante Turpin because he hasn't had very many opportunities. And however, when he does get opportunities, it just seems like he's that one little crease away from breaking away. It's like he's so fast that he doesn't sometimes allow his blocks to really develop because he's so fast that he just kind of like hits the hole. But he just tries to like hit it. But he just is like a shoestring tackle or one crease away from breaking one. So I'm very excited to see now that he's going to get a lot more opportunities. Because here's the thing. Remember back in that 2019 AFC divisional playoff game between the Texans and the Chiefs? People talk about that game and how, Patrick Mahomes, came back from down 24-zip in 10 minutes in the first half. But what they don't tell you is that it was that big return after the Texans had just kicked a field goal, albeit from the 1-yard line, but that's neither here nor there. They kicked off to McCole Hardman, and he took it and ran a big return that gave the Kansas City Chiefs great field position, and the crowd got into it. The sideline went ballistic, and that was the momentum shifter and the spark that they needed that really changed that game. Matter of fact, I saw on a couple of occasions where it looked like Cavante Turpin made a big return that could have easily been the spark that we needed. When we played the Philadelphia Eagles back in 2022, remember when we were down 20-0? And then Cavante Turpin ran that big return that really gave us a spark. And we were able to come back and get back into that game and make it a 3-point game. Sadly, we didn't finish. That's the hard part about it. The frustrating part about it. And then when we played the Arizona Cardinals last year, he had that nice... Now, this is a punt return, but still, it just gives you an idea of what he can do. He had that nice punt return that set us up shop inside the 20, I want to say. And, we wound up not getting any points out of that drive because we went for it on 4th down and we didn't get it. So that was frustrating because we completely folded, folded like a rug after getting such a great opportunity of a spark that Cavante Turpin gave us. So he has shown us that he can be that spark plug with his ability to return kicks and punts, especially returning kicks. So with this new rule change, not only are we going to see him be able to give us a spark, we could see him return maybe a couple of those for touchdowns that can help us out on the scoreboard. Kind of like what Devin Hester in 2006's rookie year. He might have been single-handedly the biggest major impact on that Chicago Bears team in 2006, because the year before their team was near the bottom in scoring, and it's because their offense couldn't really, they couldn't really put very many points on the board. And it's like, geez, man, like we need to get like a game changer that can, be a spark plug and also help us out on the scoreboard, in certain games, especially in key moments. And so they drafted Devin Hester. And boy, was he something that year. Go watch Devin Hester 2006 highlights. That dude was a monster. He was a beast. And like I said, he might have been the biggest impact on the Bears' '06 season when they went to the Super Bowl that year, and he did what he did in the Super Bowl. So I'm just saying Cavante Turpin can very much be all of that with these new rule changes. This might very well benefit him the most out of any kick returner in the NFL, if you ask me. So, to close, new kickoff rule change that has obviously been in play for a while, but I'm now making a video on it, and how there's been couple of examples of history that just shows how much that this can be so important and key for us this season. And that's pretty much what it is. So let me know y'all's thoughts and opinions on this and how you feel about this. And yeah, to all my audience, to all of Cowboys Nation, this is Mr. Cowboys Fan, out.